book and wax friends. I'm Amber. If you're new, welcome back. If you're returning, so glad to have you guys here with me again. Today's video is a tag video. Happy Valentine's Day. As I'm recording this, it is Valentine's, and so I thought I would do the Valentine's Sweetheart book tag. I saw Heather from Bookables do this tag, and I was like, oh, this is a fun one. Let me do this. So you'll be seeing this once Valentine's is over, but for me, the whole month of February is the month of love. So it's not just one day. So I figured I would still do it. So let's jump into it. Question number 1 is, what is your favorite Valentine's Day themed candy? So I have always been a fan since I was little. Living in Seattle at the time with my mom, we would always go to the mall and get strawberry creams from See's Candy, and I've loved them ever since. I don't know if it's the nostalgia factor or what, but they're delicious. So I love strawberry cream candies from See's. And then if we're talking about just from the regular stores, I am a huge fan of Ghirardelli's 72% chocolate, dark chocolate. It used to be called Twilight Delight, which was another reason why I loved it at the time, because I love Twilight, still do. So those two would probably be my pick for that question. All right, question number 2, do you enjoy reading romance? Yes, if it is on the cleaner side. I'm not into the smut. So if it's a cleaner romance, then I really like it. So yes. Number 3, do you tend to read romance books throughout Valentine's Day season? Yes, I do. I read them other times as well. I am a romantic at heart, so I do love romance in my books. It doesn't always have to be the focus of the book, but I love having those elements in my books. A couple to root for. I'm always a fan of that. So yes, I read them throughout the month, especially because it's my husband and I's anniversary also in February. And so, like I said, we celebrate all month long. All right. After that, question number 4 is, your fictional sweetheart shows up at your door with a Valentine's Day gift. What is it? So I would always choose like flowers and books. No surprise there. But if we're talking about my fictional crush, I wouldn't be surprised if he also brought me apples. If you know, you know. So yeah, that would have to be what my gifts would be. Question number 5, how many romance books do you have that are written by the same author? So looking through them, and I'm including like romantasy as well in these answers, because most of my romantical books are romantasy side, fictional, fantasy romance. So I am including that in this answer. So as far as regular contemporary romance goes, I have the most of Courtney Walsh. So My Phony Valentine is one of them. Stay tuned for my wrap up, because I did read that one during this month already, and I'll just say this, it was fantastic. And then as far as romantasy goes, this shouldn't be any surprise at all, is Stephanie Garber, This Whole Shelf, Once Upon a Broken Heart. Then we have some Caraval there and some Alchemy of Secrets. So yeah, those two for sure are the ones that I have the most of. After that, for question number 6, what is a romance book that made you cry? If we're talking contemporary, of the ones that I've recently read that I know made me cry just for the summer, I know made me cry. That one's by Abby Jimenez. And then also The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston. That one made me cry as well. And then if we're talking fantasy romance, the 2nd and 3rd book in the Once Upon a Broken Heart trilogy both made me cry, and cry hard actually in parts of them. So After that, for question 7, if you could choose any place, fictional or real, to escape to for a Valentine's Day date with your sweetheart, where would you like to go? So real, I would love, this has always been a dream of mine, to go to Prince Edward Island. I've been a huge fan of the Anne of Green Gables series since I was a kid and fell in love with the island from that point in time. I, at one point in time, wanted to like go on a honeymoon there. That one didn't happen. But someday, eventually, I would hope to go there. So Prince Edward Island or Ireland, that would be amazing too. And then as far as fictional, Magnificent North, the epitome of fairy tale, magical, whimsical land. Yes, for sure. Question number 8 is, distance makes the heart grow fonder. What anticipated book release do you know in your heart you will absolutely love? Okay. I feel like a broken record, but I did just recently reread the series, but that would be The Mirror of Infinite Endings by Stephanie Garber, which is a novella back with the Once Upon a Broken Heart trilogy. It's a novella that happens after what happened in the trilogy, and it comes out in September, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited, you guys. We just got, speaking of it, we just found out who the illustrator of the novella is going to be, and it's going to be Lotus Bubbles, and her artwork is amazing. If you've seen, hopefully I'll remember, maybe I'll put a picture up here or two of her stuff. She did the artwork in Holly, which was the holiday novella for the Belladonna series by Adeline Grace. And I follow her on Instagram. Her artwork is amazing, and I'm so excited. So, okay, moving on to question number 9. Do you have any favorite love-themed quotes from any of the books you have read? So I do have some here. I tried to pick ones or pick some that weren't spoilery, or at least cut some of the things out of them that aren't spoilery. So let's see. So first off, from Anne of the Island, it says, "Friends, your friendship can't satisfy me, Anne. I want your love. And you tell me I can never have that." And then further on, "I have a dream," he said slowly. "I persist in dreaming it, although it has often seemed to me that it could never come true. I dream of a house with a hearth fire in it, a cat and dog, the footsteps of friends, and you." Oh, so sweet. Okay, and how could I not include this one? This is from Persuasion. "You pierce my soul. I am half agony, half hope. Tell me not that I am too late, that such precious feelings are gone forever. I offer myself to you again with a heart even more your own than when you almost broke it 8.5 years ago." So all of these are making me cry. I told you I have a very tender romantic sensibility. Okay, then from the Emily Wilde series by Heather Fawcett. This one is, "I have learned there is one thing a person never tires of, no matter how long they live, and that is being in love. All else is ash and ember." And then, of course, from my favorite series, I know I'm a broken record, but I have to share some of these because there's so many good quotes in these books. Unfortunately, like I said, I can't share all of them because they would be spoilery if you haven't ever read the series. Okay, so this is, I know I'm gonna start crying. This is one from the Ballad of Never After. "The story curse was familiar with pain, but this was agony, the sort of raw grief that was only ever seen once in a century. The fate was every tear that anyone had ever shed for lost love. He was pain given form." I'm just thinking about that scene. Like I said, I just recently read the series, and now look at me. I mashed my shirt. Sorry, you guys. This is who I am. Okay, let's see. In the morning, you can forget it. You can go back to pretending you don't like me, and I can pretend that I don't care. But for tonight, let me pretend you're mine. And then one more. Time will take something equally valuable from you. The fate gave the queen a look more vicious than any curse. There is nothing of equal value to me. And then I picked one more. This is from A Curse for True Love, which is the final book in the trilogy. He would carry her through more than just freezing waters. He would pull her through fire if he had to, haul her from the clutches of war, from falling cities and breaking worlds. So, if I haven't convinced you to read this series, I don't know what I can do. Anyway, okay, moving on to question number 10. All's fair in love and war. Do you have more books with red or pink spines? I think I have more pink, and let me get them. I have them here. So I do have a few red, although more are red like cover wise rather than on the spines, whereas I had more pink spines. So here we go. So we have, let's look at them together. Just Stab Me Now, My Phony Valentine, the Twilight Special Edition. I don't know, you can't see because of the glare. Twilight, the Special Edition, The Rose Bargain, that's the Fairy Loot Edition, Never Ever After, this is also Fairy Loot, and The Ballad of Never After, which is the UK edition. So that is it, you guys. So I tag you if you want to do this, even if it's not going to be Valentine's anymore when you see this. As I said, the month of love. Let's fill the world with love. So I appreciate all of you guys. Sorry for getting so emotional, but like I said, that's just how I am. I have a tender heart. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Please like and subscribe for more book and home fragrance content. And until next time, TTFN. Ta-ta for now.